Hello, crafty friends. So today I want to make this pinwheel card, and I'm so sorry that I'm not joining you live. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do a live today, so I needed to record this just in case, and yes, I did have to upload that as a video. So here is our pinwheel card, and this is a gift card holder. So I've done a pinwheel card already, but I'm doing this as a gift card. So there is your spot for your gift card. So these papers are fun papers. This was our Jingle Joy collection that was out last year, and the gnome. So here I used gnome for Christmas. These are still available. I love them. I used them so much last year, and I'm still using them again this year. Okay, so this is what we're going to make right here. And like I said, this is just your regular pinwheel card, just with the gift card holder. So a few things you want to keep in mind. Make sure if you're using the pattern papers you're using that you're going in the right direction. And then when you get to your gift card holder, you have to make sure it's on the bottom left. I made another sample and I had it up here. And when I went to put the gift card in and play with it, I was like, oh, I had it on the wrong edge. So I'm going to keep this right on my desk so that I can refer back to it. I'm going to give you all the dimensions. I will also post a document up. You can find that up in the file sections, and it will have all these measurements for you to refer back. All right. So I'm going to be using Holly and Ivy today. So that is the papers I'm going to be using. And I'm also going to be using the Holly and Ivy card making stamp and thin cut. So I already went ahead and pre-cut this Santa out, and I colored him, and he's actually drying right now because I put some stickles on him. So if you can see on his buckle and his pom-poms and the buckle of his shoes, I just put some gold stickles. So this is like a vintage Santa. So I'm going to be using that, and I'm using the Holly and Ivy, which is sort of like a vintage Christmas paper. So let's get to all the pieces that you're going to need. So you're going to need one piece of cardstock, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then I'm using white for my panels. This is 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. So the panels, what I mean is this piece. So see here, I have it in the pink is my panels. So you decide what color you want to use. So I'm using white. Again, 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. Then you're going to need 4 pieces cut at 4 by 2 1/2. So I'm using, this is the Holly and Ivy paper. I'm using 2 different panels, and this is two of each I cut of 2 different patterns, because see how I have different patterns? I have this checker black and white, and then I have this tree background. So you want to just to have some variation. So you're going to need 4 of these, but do 2 different coordinating patterns. Okay. Then next you're going to need for your side panels here. So here's these side panels. You can either do them all the same or 2 of each. Okay, so that's your choice. So you're going to need them, 4 of them cut at 4 by 1 1/2. So you can see here I'm just using 2 candy apple and 2 of the Holly and Ivy. Then you're going to need a piece of white cut at 2 by 3 1/2, and this is like a sentiment piece. So I already went ahead and stamped this tree and Christmas tree, and that was from our White Pines promotion that we had. This was double stamping to get that tree. So I believe that's still available also. So that's this piece right here. As you can see, I just stamped some various stamps on here. So that's what that piece is for. Then you're going to need a piece of solid cardstock cut at 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And then you're going to need a pattern piece cut at 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, and then the last pieces you're going to need is a piece of white cut at 3 by 3, and then a colored piece of cardstock cut at 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. So again, I will list all these on my website, and you'll see the picture so that you can go back and refer to. So let's get to creating, and I will show you how super easy this is. I also have just by me just some pieces of scrap, some of our green and our red glitter cardstock in case I want to use any of that for embellishing. So you're going to take your 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 and you are going to make 4 score lines. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Super easy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then you're going to just have this little 1/4 of a piece here, and that is our what's going to seal it together, and that's all the scoring you're going to do. And now what we are going to do is, just so I can get all my tools out of the way, I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and you are going to take that piece of cardstock that was 2 1/2 by 2 1/2 and your piece of pattern paper that was 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and we are just going to cut a diagonal off those. So what you do is you just put this in your paper trimmer. Okay, let me zoom in for you. Line it up by the top and the bottom, wherever paper trimmer you have and cuts, and you just cut a diagonal of that. Okay, so we just need one of these. This other piece you can use for another project. We're going to do the same thing on our pattern piece. So we're just going to line it up in the channel that trims, and you have 2 pieces. Okay, only need one. One is for your other project. So we can put our trimmer away, and now we can get to creating. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tower. This is actually going to be your tower, and you're just going to fold it on all the crease lines. Okay, fold this little piece inward. All right, so you can use tear and tape, liquid adhesive. I'm just going to use my liquid adhesive. I have my art glitter glue, which I'm going to use. Let me zoom back out, I'm too close. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to just put glue just on that quarter of an inch piece, and then you're going to build your tower. So you just put it together, line it up just like that. Okay, then when you got it sealed, just flatten it out and rub it. Okay, there you have it. That's your tower. Now, the next part is just a little tricky. So you're going to come in with your white panels or whatever you chose, and you have to make sure you do this going the right way, because again, your tower pinwheel, whatever you want to call it, its tower, has to go in the proper direction. So you want to make sure you adhere your panels properly. So to do that, the easy way that I found to do that is you're going to flatten this out, and you're going to put glue on one side. Okay, you're going to take one of your panels, you're just going to adhere that down. Right to the edge. Okay, now what the next, let me just make sure you got it right to the edge. Okay, so then the next thing you're going to do is if you hold this up and if you just place it right there, that's going to be the right way to do it. Or you can flatten it down and then put it here. Whichever way you want to do it, I think it's easiest. I just like to put my adhesive right here on the inside, and then I stand it up and just line my panel up. Then when I have it, that's when I then flatten it and give it a little rub down. Okay, so that we make sure it's opening the right way. Next, we're going to do right here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put some glue. We're going to stand it up, get our panel, make sure it's against, flatten it. Okay, so we're coming along, right? Just like so. We have one more panel left. So we are going to put our glue hold it up. Trying to do this. So you have 4 times to go back and rewatch this slowly to catch it. So you just line it up right there. And then I just flatten it out and rub it down. And there you have it. That is pretty much, from here, you can just create and decorate. Now, this fits in an A2 size card when it's flat, just like that. Now we just want to decorate. So we are going to start with our panels. So alternating, you want to put a panel against one side. Just like that. I love this art glitter glue. It's a nice strong glue. Okay, now, see, I had that little red there, but that's okay. And then I'm going to use this striped paper. This is the Holly and Ivy pattern paper that this came from. And again, you just want to leave a nice border. Okay. It's like a little book. It tells a story each time you flip it open. I thought this was really hard to make, and I've made a few of them so far, and it is very easy, actually. It's just making that tower. And once you have that tower, then you can just create and design this however you'd like. Okay, and then our last is right here. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. I'm actually kicking off a Facebook crafty party for one of our crafty girlfriends in this group. So that's going to be lots of fun. That kicks off tomorrow. All right, so now we're going to put our side panels on right here. So, you know, you have to decide, do I want to put the green here? Do I want the red? Let's see how the green looks on this one. Nope, I think that clashes. I think that looks better. So I'm going to put the green ones here. No, I don't want to have the same pattern. All right. So we're just going to adhere these side panels. And pretty much, I'm going to be sharing lots of gift card holders with you over the next several weeks. For me this year, it's just going to be a gift card Christmas. So I need lots of gift card holders. I'm not going to deal with the shipping and the issues of not getting things in time. That looks really pretty. So I'm just doing gift cards this year. Plus, all my family does not live here in Florida. They all live in New Jersey, so pretty much I have to mail everything. So I just think it will be easier to send gift cards to the kids and let them get whatever they want. All right, so now the next thing we're gonna do is just a little tricky. Like I said, you have to make sure that you are right side, you know, you're going in the proper direction. All right, and you have to figure out what do you want as your front of your card. So as you can see, I chose this as my front, this black pattern. So I want to decide what I want as my front because that's where Santa's gonna go. So let me grab my Santa and see what I think looks best. I think it all is going to look good, but I actually think the stripe is going to be, oh no, this is where my gift card's going, so I can't have it be the same color. So we're going to use this as our front piece. So now what we're going to do is, make sure I'm in frame, is we're going to take these two pieces and we are going to adhere them together. That's first. Adhere these two together. All right, so this is the front of our card. So what we want to do is we want to have a little bit of overhang. You see it's hanging off the card there. So we're only going to put glue. So I'm putting my finger as a guide. And we're only going to put some glue here. Okay. So again, my finger as a guide. Just center that. Okay, so that's for this here to hold our image. And that looks great. Now you just decide, do you want to put your gift card holder on this one or this one? Doesn't really matter. But what you want to make sure is it's at the bottom left. So we are going to put that right here. So first what we're going to do is we are going to take our cardstock piece. Now, what you want to do is put the thinnest layer of some really strong liquid glue. Like I said, art glitter glue works great. Use your Tombow adhesive, liquid adhesive, or if you have really thin red line tape. But again, just a super thin line right at the edge. Just want to be able to get your gift card in there. Okay. And then you just line that up with your pattern paper in the corner and seal it down. Okay, now this is just going to go on top for some decoration, so you can put some glue all over this piece. Okay, so we're just going to let that dry a minute and we'll come back to that. And now you have two pieces left here. So I am going to use this for this sentiment piece right here. And if you don't want to put this piece, you don't have to. You can design this any way you want. I just think that looks cute. And now you have this piece left here. So I think what I was going to do was use some, I am going to put a sentiment. I cut out this little, I know it's super tiny, but this is from our little Santa's airmail. So I stamped that Merry Christmas December 25th and I just fussy cut it out. This is really cute. I'm going to stamp this on the envelopes for Christmas. But what I don't have readily yet is a little Merry Christmas sentiment, just like I have here. I think I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to stamp out that Merry Christmas. That is from my Gnomes Christmas Stamp and Thin Cut. I think I'm going to stamp that out and I'm going to use my green glitter tape, green glitter cardstock right there. So that's just going to be another Merry Christmas simple sentiment. Then I think I'll put this. I'm going to, so I'm just going to adhere that down now. This will go right here. And I just have to stamp out that Merry Christmas and then I will attach that. I'll do that off camera. You'll see it when I post it. So it's going to look like that. I'm going to have the green glitter cardstock and then some white matted, just like this. Same exact thing. So let's get to adhering our Santa if he is dry. Let me show you the gift card holder. Where is, all right, so I have my Victoria's Secrets. It's not a gift card, but see, slides right in. And then, so when the recipient gets it in the envelope, it's going to come out like this. And then as they turn the pages, it is going to be that. Now, I'm using the Santa, so my card is going to need to go in a probably a bigger envelope. Oh, actually it doesn't. He fits on there perfect. So I'm just going to pop Santa up right there. Let me get some of my dimensionals. And I really like the look of this vintage Santa. I'll tell you, I'm not into vintage, but so in the beginning when this first came out, I was like, meh, I don't know if I like that, but I got it. I said sometimes you just have to play with something because I don't want to lay this down in case my stickles are not fully dry. So sometimes you just need to play with something to see that you really do like it. Okay, so I'm going to put some little ones on his feet. And I do like it. Lots of coloring, but I like to color. It's very therapeutic. All right, so let me just take these off. So this card is pretty much done. I'm just going to off camera stamp another Merry Christmas sentiment. And I hope everybody tries this. Now, if you try this Pinwheel Tower gift card holder, I'd love for you to post it so that others see. And again, you don't have to use Close to My Heart products. Use whatever you got, but it's fun to share inspiration with one another. So we'll say Santa's gonna go right about there. And there you have it. So it stands like that. And the recipient will get it in the envelope. And when they open it, they will, let me throw this back in here. They will have a, here it is, gift card. Nice little tree, and then I'll have a Merry Christmas sentiment there. So you can decorate these, you can decorate your side panels, whatever you want. The choice is yours. So I hope you enjoyed these cards and you give it a try. And if you like any of the supplies that I used, you can find them on my website, CraftyDivaUSA.ctmh.com. This is Holly and Ivy. This stamp set is the Gnome for Christmas. It's still available. Jingle Joy, I'm not sure if any of that paper is still available. It was one of my favorite. I picked up a lot last year. So you'll still see me creating with it this year. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.